Hey guys, Al here. I'm with Aaron. Aaron's with AMALA Outdoors. He's the field representative for AMALA Outdoors. His responsibility at AMALA Outdoors is organizing long-range shoot as well as getting his staff at AMALA familiarized with their affiliated partners product like Bergara. In this segment of the video, we're going to be talking about the new brakes that Bergara is offering this year, the Omni multi-directional brake as well as the TP1 brake, and we're going to talk a little bit about the ST1 brake as well, just the basic specifications. Thanks for being with us, Aaron.
Thanks for having me, Al. First of all, a muzzle brake isn't a new invention. It's been around for quite some time. It's been around for like 20 or 30 years. And there are a lot of people out there today that may be watching this that are still not familiar with it. So what we're going to do is explain a little bit about what a muzzle brake is and what it's used for.
So Aaron, I know the muzzle brakes are quite popular, especially with the PRS shooters and long-range shooters. I've seen plenty of various different styles of brakes, especially at the long-range shoot that we last had at the U.S. Army installation here in Germany.
Yes, it's been a common sight for PRS shooters for a long time, as well as regions where the suppressors aren't actually legal or people aren't able to use them. So a muzzle brake, as the name indicates, basically reduces the backward force of the rifle or the recoil of the rifle by redirecting a lot of the gases out.
And by eliminating a lot of the recoil, we can see why a lot of shooters have better consistency and accuracy with their shot groups. Muzzle brakes such as the Omni-directional muzzle brake reduces recoil up to 35%, and that's pretty impressive.
Exactly. Shooters realize, and especially the younger, less experienced shooters, that they're able to maintain the target and not worry about that felt recoil. And with that recoil being reduced, it allows the shooters to get back on target, track the target for a follow-up shot, and makes things a lot easier and more comfortable to shoot, especially during an all-day event. Now, it is practical to have one because your friends have one, or the availability of rifles allowing you to put a device on the end.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, Aaron. There are 23 different Bergara models that are threaded. And of course, the 2020 models, some of the premier lines, as well as the Bergara Wilderness series, do come with an omni-directional brakes. And the options to remove those brakes are all up to the individual shooters. Let's talk about the noises that these muzzle brakes produce, Aaron. Both you and I know that shooting any muzzle brakes without hearing protection will ring your eardrum. Both you and I are suppressor guys, and being prior military, we both know that ear pro, hearing protection, is as important as a Kevlar helmet or a body vest. What are your thoughts on the loud noises that these muzzle brakes produce?
The use of any muzzle brake increases the noise of the device, simply because it's redirecting the gas to the side. And depending on what kind of ports and where these ports are located on the rifle or on the brake, the people next to you shooting are even going to know that you're shooting the brake. So that's why it's critically important that you have hearing protection on.
The side-ported brakes that Bergara offer are the TP1 and ST1. The ST1 was the first to come out on the market, and later this year, Bergara released the TP1. The main difference between these two brakes is that the ST1 is threaded for 5/8 by 24, while the TP1 is threaded for M15 by 1 and M18 by 1. The TP1 is designed to be tightened by hand.
And these style of brakes, like the TP1 and the ST1, are ideal for shooting from a prone position on dry ground, where it's not going to kick up a lot of debris. Whereas your omnidirectional brake is going to be great for shooting off of a supported position like sticks for hunters.
As Aaron mentioned, the ST1 and TP1 are side-ported brakes, which help prevent the dust off. Now, the omnidirectional brakes is multi-ported. It's ported all around the brake itself, the multi-directional brake. And of course, it comes in the Premier line, some of the Premier lines in the Highlander and the Approach, as well as the B14 Wilderness series, except the B14 Wilderness Hunter.
The omnidirectional brake is more designed for hunters or anybody that's going to be shooting off of a supported position like sticks or even out of a hunting house or console, even off of a wall.
And the omnidirectional brake is available in M14 by 1 as well as 5/8 by 24. The M14 by 1 thread pitch is common in the B14 number 4 contour barrels, and the BA13 isn't left out. because, like I said, it's available in 5.8 by 24, which all the BA13 series models are thread for 5.8 by 24.
There are also misconceptions about muzzle brakes and other devices affecting accuracy. But at the end of the day, this is all about knowing your equipment and understanding how it works. Be sure to go out there and test your rifle after you've attached something like this to it.
And you're absolutely right, Aaron. I think as a generation, seeing the advancement in the last decades in the hunting and shooting industry, it's a familiarity to most of us out there. And Bergara wouldn't be putting out anything that might be affecting the accuracy of the rifles. There's numerous testing at both indoor and outdoor facilities on these brakes by Bergara. If it was affecting accuracy, it wouldn't be out on the market. I can guarantee you that. And the results tend to be a lot better using brakes for those that want to use brake. And that's the options that Bergara is giving you.
Absolutely. Now, the point of impact is always going to change simply because you're rechanneling the gases in a different direction. That's why you always want to make sure you reconfirm your zero before you or after you attach any type of a device, whether it be a suppressor or a brake. You'll never run into any serious competitive shooter that never reconfirms his zero after he's changed something on his rifle.
Guys, thanks for watching. This is it for the video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to comment or shoot Bergara an email. Also, if you haven't joined the Bergara International group yet on Facebook, feel free to do so. It's an official sponsor, Bergara International Facebook group. And Aaron is one of the admin there, and he's more than willing to help answer any questions that you guys may have. And don't forget to go to the Bergara International website if you have any questions, or download the catalog. All the specifications are in the catalogs for each rifle models. And I want to thank Aaron for being on the show with us today. Thanks again, Aaron.
Thanks, Al.